Hello, Internet! I'm Ollie the Purple-Haired Doofus, and welcome back to Buddy Reads, where I read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are covering the final story in Wizard and Glass by Stephen King. I hope you've read it yourself because I do not want to ruin anything for you. This final story is called All God's Children Got Shoes. This story takes us away from Roland's childhood and back into the world of the gunslinger Jake, Eddie, and Susanna, and Oi. And they are waking up from the end of Roland's tale, and they can't believe that it's only been one night since he started talking. There is a moment where they are coming to that realization, and then they have a bunch of questions trying to tie up loose ends. And it's kind of like at the end of a college comedy when they show a freeze frame of a character and there's some words explaining where that character went. That's basically what this goes through. Then they continue on down the Turnpike. They come across what looks like 8 pairs of shoes, but it's really 4 pairs in a quartet of red glowing shoes. And this is where it all turns into Wizard of Oz. Literally. It literally turns into Wizard of Oz. Because Eddie, Jake, and Susanna have to explain to Roland what Wizard of Oz is. And they all put on the shoes as they reach this gate, and they click their heels and it opens the gate. Literally Wizard of Oz. They are in the Emerald City now, and they are walking through the Emerald City. And they get to the scene where it is supposed to be the great and powerful wizard looking down at them and chastising them. And it's the voice of Blaine, and it scares the crap out of Jake. And then Oi does the exact same thing that Toto does and finds a curtain, pulls it away, and finds a man behind the curtain. The man that they find behind the curtain, though, is TikTok Man, the guy from the end of the 3rd book. And I'm thinking, I did not see that coming. Bravo, Stephen. Bravo. And then they see a man sitting in a green throne who is actually voicing the Incredible Wizard. This man was some man that Roland had known as Martin, but is now known as Flagg, Randall Flagg. And I'm thinking, I know that name from somewhere. I know that name from another Stephen King novel, and it was The Stand. And the reason it took me a while was because I haven't read The Stand in nearly 20 years. I'm thinking because this book does direct parallels between the two of them, I'm thinking that when I finish the Dark Tower series, I should reread The Stand. See how much of it actually clicks and makes sense, because I believe Randall Flagg was the main bad guy in The Stand. I could be wrong about that, but I think he was. I think he was the leader of the bad group, or the evil group. Anyways, Randall Flagg, we'll just call him Flagg. Flagg actually tells Roland, give up the search for the Dark Tower. Give it up and I will let you go, leave you alone. You can have the love of your life back. No, that's not it. It's just something like, give up the Dark Tower and you can live a happy life. All 3 of these people that Roland has kind of kidnapped into his journey scream no. And it's Stockholm Syndrome. It's definitely Stockholm Syndrome. But then Randall says, maybe you should tell them what really happened between you and your mother. Roland gets really pissed off, and he pulls his weapons to fire at him. But by the time, there's a little slip up, and by the time he has his weapons drawn, Flagg is gone. What's left is the glass, the crystal ball. And Roland sits everyone down, and he says, okay, you have to see this. And everyone stares into the crystal ball. And it takes all 4 of them back to the time when Roland had returned home after burning down Susan City. And he is going to visit his mother to, give her an opportunity to flee so that she can, evade the gallows, I think it was. And he goes into her bedroom, and there's a figure behind the curtain. And the figure comes out, and it's Rhea, the Wicked Witch. And she has a snake in her hands, and she is scaring the crap out of little boy Roland. Roland pulls his weapons, and he fires at Rhea. As soon as he pulls his weapons, he realizes that it's not Rhea, but he's already got them drawn, he's already got them cocked. He knows that he's going to fire. And he fires at Rhea. It was his mother, and his mother drops dead. And the snake that Ray was holding was actually a belt that his mother had made for him to forgive him. That part sucked. Not in a bad way, but like in a, oh dear God, I don't want to read this way. The image is over, and Roland and all of them wake up, and they wake up back on the Turnpike. And Jake says, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. And Eddie has to look at him side-eyed and be like, I can't believe you just said that. But he's saying that because he points up, and everyone notices that the clouds are starting to move quickly, as if they are on the beam, and everyone realizes that they are back on track. And Roland gives them the option to leave, and I'm thinking, yes, do it. Leave. He kidnapped you. You should not like this man. You should run. But no one does. Everyone's changed, and everyone thinks that he's their friend, and so they continue on their journey towards the Dark Tower. Much like the end of Book 2, they have a freeze frame ending. It's kind of ridiculous. Kintley, I saw your message about this being turned into a miniseries. I looked it up. You're right. There was a company that has bought the rights. They haven't cast anything. They haven't done a whole lot of writing on it. I usually wait to get excited or pissed off about that sort of thing until they start showing stills from the actual shoots. But if they're going to make movies, like they've definitely cast and they're making the Gunslinger movie right now. If they're going to make movies like the Gunslinger and all of them, and they want to do a miniseries that should be on TV, this actually works in that regard. This actually works because you can cast a young Roland and have it be someone different than the Roland in the movies and still have it all kind of intersect. Am I happy that this is the one that they chose to make a miniseries? No. I think that sucks. Because this book is pretty much... There's an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's pretty much a throwaway episode except for the last minute. It's in the 5th season. I won't tell you what happens in the last minute, but I will say that the episode itself is about sex robots. They are introducing the idea of sex robots. And that's what this book feels like to me. Not that it's sex robots, but that it's a whole lot of story, right? That stand alone. That doesn't have any real place in the Roland universe yet, except for that last bit. And that last bit is like so important. You really need that last bit. I really didn't need to know all of that about Roland's backstory, but that last bit, that was fantastic. I'm still gonna give this book like a 1, but that last bit, man, goddamn. Well, if you like what I'm doing, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that little bell thingy to let you know that, I've put out a new video. Or give it that thumbs up to let me know that you liked it. Or leave me a message letting me know that I'm crap or that I'm great. I don't know what your opinion is. Just leave it down below and then I will. I've been the Purple Hair Doofus. This has been Buddy Reads, reminding you to watch your jam radius. And I will see you all in my spoiler-free review of Wizard and Glass by Stephen King.